Colorado ranked at number 19 versus number 10 Oregon, like I said.
Hammer the points, baby. Shador Sanders. Let's go.
Oh, my God. We got a huge Colorado fan here.
Yo. Welcome back to Fax the King. And it is episode 10.
Double digits, Fax.
Let's go. Rolling through the episodes. It's me, Dr. Fax, better known as Nate Collins, and we have the Butter King, better known as Beau Allen.
AKA the butteriest boy.
And I'm going to get right into it because I am torqued to inform everyone that my daughter, Coy Renee Collins, was born healthy, big baby, 9 pounds, 20 and a half inches. And I want to say my girlfriend Mariah was a fucking champ. I am just in awe of her for what she had to go through delivering our baby, nice and healthy, and she's healthy. Everyone's doing well. We had our
full head of hair too, Fax.
Bro, a full head of hair. And I am so glad that she does, because there's like an old wives' tale that when you're pregnant, if you have a lot of heartburn, that means that your baby has a lot of hair. And my girl, throughout these past 9.5 months, she has had unforgiving heartburn, and it's all paid off because my baby does have a full head of hair. But I am torqued that my daughter was delivered great. Shout out to Martha Jefferson Hospital, their entire staff, Dr. King and her staff. They did an amazing job. And again, shout out to my girlfriend Mariah, and shout out to you, baby Coy. But that's what I'm twerked about. What about you?
I got 3 words for you, Fax. Hell yeah, brother. Father Fax.
Yeah, brother.
I'm torqued on that too, but I am also torqued on Monday Night Football. The Eagles are 2-0 coming down to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Also 2-0, 2 teams that I've played for. My buddy Brent Selleck, Eagles fucking legend and an all-around great guy, is coming down. He's going to stay with me. Going to return the favor a little bit because I actually lived in his house when I played for the Eagles and rented from him. Unbelievable landlord, even better guy. So stoked to see Selzy.
Oh, Raymond James is going to be lit.
It's going to be lit, man. So it's going to be a good time. It'll be a fun game to watch, and I'm excited to see my 2 former teams play. But not going to lie to you, Fax, go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. I think the Birds are going to win this one. So speaking of the NFL, big Monday Night Football game coming up, but there were a lot of football games over the weekend, and, we're not allowed to talk about NFL football. We are a college football, but we're just going to sneak in a little one-hitter.
Just
a little one-hitter. That's all we get. That's all the suits will allow us, Fax. So what do you got for the one-hitter?
My one-hitter this week is for Puka Nacua, the Rams rookie wide receiver, has been breaking records. In this past game, he had 15 catches, which is a record for a rookie. On top of that, in 2 games, he set a 2-game record with 25 catches. And this kid, it just seems like he's an amazing kid on and off the field. He works hard on the field, and you always love to see stories like this. So I'm giving my one-hitter to Puka Nacua this week.
Yeah, and I've heard he's a fucking good dude, too. So my one-hitter is I watched the Sunday Night Football game, which is the Patriots, another former team of mine, and the Dolphins. Kind of a strange end to that, literally. Cole Strange caught a lateral, and I thought he made the first down, man. It was unbelievable. It was a really athletic play by him, to try to keep that game alive, and then they ended up overturning it, which is unfortunate. Just give the fucking people what they want, man. Give them the first down. I think had Bill not tossed his challenge flag, so aggressively the way he did, I think Roger and the boys in New York would have given them that first down. Kind of a disappointing end. I think everybody in the entire world wanted to see that play convert and then the game stay alive. So kind of disappointing end of that, but a lot of good stuff. I got one other thing for you, Fax. You know that this isn't necessarily NFL, loosely NFL related, but we've been known to be a horny podcast at times.
My God.
And I don't know if you saw.
Horny alert. Horny alert.
Horny alert. Get the fucking horny police in here, man, because the Lions fan is the horniest man in the world. He was sniped texting during the game, and it was some unbelievable messages from him. Fun saga to go through. Just kind of wondering your thoughts on that, Father Fax.
I am not one to kink shame, but to say if you cannot squirt, just piss for me is absolutely horny.
That's
and to do it while you're sitting at an NFL game. I have to go back and look. Was it halftime? Maybe he gets a pass if it's halftime, but I don't think it's halftime. It's like, bro, watch the game, yo.
Lock in, buddy. Focus on that shit after the game.
And then if you're going to be talking like that in public, get a privacy screen protector, bro, because that is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Horny.
I kind of love it, man. NFL football can have that effect on people. All right, moving on. College football. We are a college football pod, as much as I'd love to talk about the NFL. The latest AP poll is out.
Crazy.
Yeah, some notable stuff. UGA is still at number 1. LSU is up to 12. Notre Dame is 9.
What?
And Bama is 13.
Oh, yeah,
they played terribly.
But still, bro, that is the best to me, is seeing the number 13 and then seeing Alabama, because I don't know the last time since I've seen them like in this position, and what's going on there is even better. It just, I need a reality show, bro. Like, I mean, college football and sports is really already a reality show.
Seriously.
But I need the inside. Like, I need the inside. Yo, Fauché, tell us a little bit about the Alabama situation. What's going on there?
I mean, Bama's just been an absolute nightmare. So they had Milroe playing as their starting quarterback to open the season. Like, kid's kind of a dog, He had a rough start, but he's got an absolute cannon, threw a couple really great deep balls. And then last week, after his, not so great performance, they decided to start Tyler Buchner, a Notre Dame transfer, against South Florida. And this was one of the ugliest games of football I've ever seen in my life.
There's a lightning delay. I was watching this game because I'm in Tampa, and this game was at Ray J, against USF. And, like, they stopped the game halfway through, and then they had to pull all the cameras off because of the lightning. So then the only shots you got were, like, these really, really wide, weird aerial shots. And Alabama looked so flat. Sorry to jump in there, Foch, and steal your thunder, but we can't really give you too much mic time. We don't want to make you too comfortable on the pod, bro. But the Milroe QB drama is fucking great. And then allegedly the players revolted against Tyler Buchner. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Bama coming up against a big SEC opponent in Ole Miss. But fucking weird game. Bama doesn't really look like themselves. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a hater at times. It's fun to see them kind of struggle a little bit, Maybe that's just me.
I want to know what a college locker room revolt looks like. And if I'm Tyler Buchner, I'm fucking out of there. It's just like, damn, why I got to catch the stray? Bro, I transferred here to be a Bama, to win the Bama way, and I get my chance, and y'all revolt against me? Hell nah. Like, that has to be a crazy ass feeling, like, in that locker room. But I am interested. The great coaches, they always find a way to make it work. So I can say, for the drama of college football, do not count out Alabama. I am looking forward to seeing him at the end of the season for sure.
Right. And Nick Saban, one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, kind of a stranglehold on his players, his locker room. Interesting to think about those guys revolting. Definitely want to know more about that.
That's the point. That's the point, that the angle I'm seeing it as, just like, right, maybe he's getting old. Maybe he was just like, fuck it. Like, let him win. Like, I don't know. I really wonder, though.
So moving on, we have to talk about this. I know how you feel about this team. There is so many storylines. The beef of the week, Colorado versus Colorado State. There was beef between the head coaches. There was beef on the field with interesting ejections late in the game, a double overtime throw that went until like 2 a.m. I stayed up and watched it. Where do we even begin with that, Fax? What do you got for me?
This was an amazing game because, for one, this is the night my daughter was born, and believe it or not, we were up together, and I was holding her, had her in my hands to watch the very last fourth quarter and the rest of this game. and it was absolutely unbelievable. And one thing I can say is Deion is everything and more. And what he's doing for the program, but what he's doing for college football right now is absolutely amazing. But even with the storyline, the way it led up and everything that was going on, the tension, the one thing I can say I respect about Deion Sanders is after that game, he did indeed take his glasses off and looked that coach in his eyes and shook his hand, because he knew for real that they found a way to win that game, which good teams end up doing. But he knows that he could have lost that game, and really it was on him to, if he wanted to be petty or not, and keep it going. And that's the one thing I do respect about Deion, is that he's speaking his mind and he's doing things his way, but he's also being respectful. And I like applaud him. And just the whole Colorado story, this whole show is absolutely entertaining, bro.
Well, I mean, speaking of taking the high road, man, Travis Hunter, was obviously is an unbelievable player on both ways for Colorado, but he had to leave the game. He's going to be out for 3 weeks following a kidney laceration on a questionable hit from Colorado State's Henry Blackburn. I know you feel strongly about this. However, I just want to say real quick, I think, you sent me the clip of Travis Hunter on his podcast after the game, and he took the high road. He was so cool about it. He's just like, that's football. He had such a good attitude about it, man. Like, he's such a great guy. Seems like such a great kid.
This is why I'm bent out of shape about it, is that, like, we're players, and we know when we see special players, and it's obvious this kid is absolutely special, and, like, we got to take care of that. And it's like, you're a hater. Like if you're really trying to, like, go out your way to hurt a kid, that realistically, this messes up his Heisman chances. It messes up a lot of stuff, but more, it's just like, that's a serious injury. Like, you don't hear about lacerated livers, like, in football a lot. And it's just like, dude, like, that's horrible. And I do applaud him for taking the high road and taking the route that he did. And it just goes to show how much, like, why, like, we need to take care of guys like this, because we don't get this a lot. Like, we don't get this a lot. And it's evident that this dude, he just loves ball. Like, this kid gets off the field and he goes and he analyzes his tape. Like, you know how many guys don't watch Johnny Football? How many hours of tapes did I watch? Zero. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude is like watching tape and, like, analyzing and picking himself apart. Like, that's like, I really, really, really enjoy this kid, and I hope the best for him, and I'm excited to see what happens when he comes back. But even without him, they're still doing amazing. Deion Sanders Jr. is doing great on the defense, and on the offense, Deion Sanders. And then Deion Sanders' other son is also doing great on the defense, Shiloh. He's had interceptions, and he's been leading the team in tackles. And then Deion Sanders Jr. is just absolutely, like, showing the world, putting on display, hey, I can play. Like, yes, there's guys out there you think are better than me or whatever about our talent. I'm letting you know it doesn't matter. I am a gamer. Like, I am the son of Deion Sanders.
Well,
like,
speaking of Prime's kids, Fax, as a father now, I was kind of wondering your thoughts, because Deion has been very vocal about ranking his children.
I love
with
it.
Deion Sanders Jr. securing the top spot in the rankings. Shiloh held the bottom position, and the quarterback Shador is the number 3 spot, with the daughters Shalomi and Deandra 2 and 4 respectively. How do you feel about that? I mean, you only have one daughter for now, Fax, but are you
Coy's number one. Coy's number one. Look, that's easy.
Is this something that you're going to adopt? I mean, I know you love Prime. I know you love Colorado and everything he's doing. You can't say enough about it. Just kind of curious to see if you're going to adopt this ranking system.
Yo, this is a funny ranking system. But having an older sister, me and my sister, we do go back and forth saying, "Oh, I'm mom's favorite," or "I'm dad's favorite," and, like, I can see it happening. I don't think my parents ranked me and my sister, and I don't know if I would adopt this, but I respect it. Because he's also their coach, so it's extra motivation to be like, Dad, like, look, I had 3 picks for you tonight. Like, I gotta move up. On the list.
Exactly. Some other things from the game, just real quick before we move on. Even though Travis Hunter is out, I do want to point out that the Colorado offense is still very, very potent. They have a lot of strength. Xavier Weaver's 288 yards. Jimmy Horn Jr., 181 yards. Dylan Edwards, 143 yards. Travis Hunter had 192. So, they're definitely going to be missing him, missing his leadership, missing his, big playability on both sides of the field, but they are still very good. And then playing Oregon this weekend in a marquee game that we're going to talk about a little bit more later in the pod, but still very good. And then some other drama, too, that I want to talk about. Obviously, we talked about that hit from Blackburn. Shedeur Sanders got caught on tape, maybe trying to poke Colorado State player in the eye. Number 8, who was eventually booted later in the game for kind of a tough hit on Sanders targeting. So, this game is definitely our beef of the week, Fax. Like, there's a lot of beef, coaching beef, playing beef, a lot going on in this game, man. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of beef. And I think Shedeur Sanders just flicked his nose. And we all know in football, the second guy always gets caught. And that was definitely an emotional, driven game. And we all know how it is when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, how, crazy you can get in the moment.
Right.
And I could just imagine the tensions on that field, especially after seeing your Heisman hopeful Travis Hunter get carted off or get told that he had to leave in the ambulance and all that going on. I'm sure everyone was feeling very, very spicy for the remainder of that game on both sides. And then those guys trying to protect their coach and get a win for their coach so he can talk shit back to Dion or back his whole statement up. It was a very emotional charged game. But like I said, I'm glad the way it ended with obviously Deion Sanders and their coach just putting on display being bigger men and just showing hey, sports get they get very tension driven and heated they can, but at the end of the day it's just a game and we can all respect each other and move on to the next day.
Right. And I gotta say, man, they don't call him prime time for nothing. Deion Sanders has an unbelievable ability to kind of create media hype. He has such a presence about him. The stars were out in Colorado, man. Lil Wayne was there, Key Glock, Offset, and a bunch of other people. It's become a little bit of a celebrity powerhouse. Announcers quoted, looked like the BET Awards out there. So maybe we got to get Fax and the King on the sidelines for a Colorado State game.
Where are our passes then, because we need to be in the house. No, I love what Prime is doing. And I seen a stat that this past game, 2 a.m. on the East Coast it ended, and 9.3 million viewers, the highest viewership spot for the late night spot on ESPN ever, and the highest NCAA watch in a long time or maybe ever. But I think that just effect is just showing everyone when you do something like Prime did, you have to show and prove, and he is doing that to the fullest right now. And I just hope the best for them going forward.
Number 19, Colorado plays number 10, Oregon coming up. Colorado is currently 20.5 point underdog, so that'll be a fun game to watch. All right, moving on, Fax. Big man on campus. This is an award. BMOC. We like to give out on a weekly basis to guys that balled out and they're walking around with their chest stuck out on campus. My big man on campus is the thicker kicker from Missouri, Harrison Mevis.
Thick.
Number 92. Yeah, love me a thick kicker. Literally big man on campus. He's 5'11", 243 pounds with a fucking big-ass leg. He booted a 61-yard field goal for the win. Fucking love to see it, man. Good for him. Huge win there for Missouri. Longest field goal in SEC history. Love that. And then, everyone kind of stormed the field after that. Why wouldn't you, man, after a fucking game like that and ended on a 61-yard kick? Big man on campus. Harrison Mevis. Enjoy it. Thicker kicker.
Thicker kicker. I like that. I am going with Jerzon Newton, an Illinois DT who just had an absolute day terrorizing the offensive line, and he had an 89.8 PFF grade. He had 7 QB pressures with 24% pass rush win rate, and then he was 86.6% run defense grade, and he plays with his belly out, and he wears a single digit, which I think is absolutely amazing for a D lineman, especially when you're a dog like this, showing up on tape and showing up on film. My big man of the week is Jerzon Newton.
And I love that. Love that shout out to Illinois. Got a lot of coaches I'm familiar with at Illinois. Brett Bielman, his staff. Aaron Henry is a guy I played with at Wisconsin. He's a defensive coordinator. And then Jerzon's defensive line coach, Terrence Jamison, was also in Wisconsin with me. So love that big man on campus. Good shit, big fella. Alrighty, small school spotlight. So we talked about a lot of these big games, these marquee matchups, the rankings. We talked about the Alabamas of the world, the Colorados of the world. Let's talk about Portland State and North American. This is Portland State's home opener 2 weeks after they were killed by Oregon, 81-7. They had a big win. They won 91-0, which is incredible. This is college. So North American is a D2 school out of Houston. I know this because my good friend Ryan Griffin, his younger brother Mac Griffin, plays for Portland State, and they actually rested a lot of their good players. Mac got the day off. Shout out to Mac Griffin. And they still won 91-0. So they scored a TD on each of their 9 drives and led 63 at the half. Bruce Barnum, Portland State's head coach, says, I respect North American. I respect the head coach. It got a little out of hand, but we tried not to let it get away. It's kind of hell of a score there. The North American finished with minus 23 yards, Fax.
Is this a Bishop Sycamore situation?
I don't know,
because
man.
It's just like, how does that happen, bro? Like, on most teams, 9 drives, bro. Like, the scout team is winning a drive, bro. Like,
seriously.
Like, you know what I mean?
How many drives? Like, there's only like 12 drives in a game, man. So to score 91 points,
but they said their first 9 drives in the half, they scored
63-0.
Bro,
Insane.
No way. That is absolutely crazy.
I want to see that tape. So, Fax, I'm not much of a small school guy. I don't know shit about it. I went to Wisconsin. I don't know too much, but I have friends that do. So I had to call up my boy, Ali Marpet, who's a D3 legend out of Hobart. He's going to kind of lead this small school spotlight on a weekly basis. Let's oop it over to him. Ali Marpet, D3 fucking legend. All right, we are here right now with our small school spotlight correspondent, Ali Marpet. Ali, thank you for joining us.
Thrilled to be on the pod. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Very excited.
Well, welcome on. So Ali's a very humble guy. So let me gas you up really quick, Ali, because I know that you're not going to do it yourself. So small school spotlight, you are Hobart's finest. Hobart and William Smith College, a college of 2,271 enrollment, a Division III football school. You were the 2014 Liberty League co-offensive player of the year. Yeah, baby.
Nice.
2015 Senior Bowl, drafted 61st overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2015, where you were teammates with your boy and you ended your career as a Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champ, 101 games, 101 starts, 7 years in the league.
Fire.
Also the highest drafted pick in the history of D3 football. Ali,
Wow.
is it safe to say that are you the greatest D3 football player of all time?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I mean,
What? Who's better?
It's nice to be involved in a conversation, but I think there's some other guys that.
Like who? Like who? You already know the answer. Like who? Who's better?
London Fletcher is probably the guy.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that answer.
And also, Fred Jackson.
Sam Mills is good too.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, linebacker from Montclair State College. I did my prep for this one, Ali. You're in trouble, brother.
I'm just saying, like, it's rare that you get the O lineman though. So maybe I could best D3 O lineman.
Okay,
but
self-proclaimed.
Yeah, self-proclaimed. There's some good guys coming up now.
Ali could be a part of a mean grid if someone put together a grid with his Hobart.
Not a lot of Hobart players in the NFL. Actually, the last one was drafted. Fred King. You know when, Ali?
Gosh, this came out like during the draft process. I want to say like 1927 or something. Is that 22?
Close. 1937.
37.
Good shit, man. He's humble. He's handsome. He's smart. And he's our correspondent.
I'm here representing all the small school guys. Not getting the love. So.
Absolutely. So we just got a couple questions for you. Fax, what do you got for my guy, Ali?
So the transition, everyone's probably always asked, when you made the jump from D3, that talent pool that you were going against for those years, how much different was it when you got into your first NFL camp?
I mean, it was wildly different. I mean, so like, there's no way to describe it. Like, I mean, when you're getting your reps against, like at the time it was Gerald McCoy, like that was like the one-on-one like pass rush, and it's like I had no chance. Like the first couple of reps, I looked stupid. But eventually, like the truth is, for me, I was a higher drafted pick, so there was still like a belief. So I was like, you're expected to start. So that's unique about my path. Like most like small school guys have to like fight tooth and nail to like get that job, where I kind of was like a little bit pushed into it, the fact that I was drafted in the second round. So it was trial by fire for me. It was like, hey, you have to figure it out.
And I'll never forget, Ali, I think it was probably your rookie year. You guys came up and played us in Philly. Was that your rookie year, 2015?
Yeah.
And you guys ran the fuck out of the ball on us, too. I remember lining up against you, like, who the fuck is this guy? I got the scouting report. I was like, what is going on here?
200, I don't know, it wasn't 200 yards. But I think we got a O-line game ball for that game.
You deserved it, man. I mean, we had a couple guys in our defensive front seven that did not have great games. Not me. I played fucking great, obviously. I've never had a bad snap in my life. But, Ali, we're super excited to do this small school spotlight with you. You know, kind of like what you were saying, a lot of these guys are really good players, and they don't get a lot of love. So we're, you know, as much as we love talking about, you know, the NFL, we're primarily a college football podcast, so excited for you to shed some light on some of these guys.
And so just about how I feel about it, honestly, the small school guys, like the D3, like this is non-scholarship. Like this is for the love of the game.
Exactly.
The love of the game.
Like this is like
walk-on status.
Amateur Olympics, you know? Like this is like so that's for me why it's so cool. I think you guys know, like when you get to the pro level, it takes a little something out of the game. But like the D3 level, I'm telling you, those guys should just love football.
Yeah, man. You don't have the same equipment staffs. You don't have the same athletic trainers. You don't have the same weight rooms as places like Alabama or Wisconsin or even Virginia, you know, Nate. So
hot tub, cold tub, all that type of stuff. Facilities different. I get it. Like it's for the love
Ali
of the
was
game.
taping his own ankles before practice.
We had a student trainer actually.
Okay.
No, here's the thing. I didn't even really tape in college, so I didn't need to. So my first couple training camp practices, I went out non-taped, and they're like,
what the hell are you doing? Like, rookie, get your ass up and go and get taped. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So Ali, one small school guy I want to ask you about that you're probably very familiar with. You know, he's got some long red hair. He's got gap tooth. He's from Minnesota. These are all things that I can personally identify with that I love. But Cody Mauch is, you know, an offensive lineman for the Bucs from FCS school, NDSU. How do you see him transitioning the NFL so far after his first 2 weeks of playing?
Yeah, he's done a great job. It's a similar situation to me. So like a little bit trial by fire. Like he's expected to start and get the job done, which is a tough thing to do. But really, I think there were some concerns about, you know, how he might hold up in the run game playing he was a tackle in college, how would he transition to playing guard in the NFL? And from everything that I've seen, he's done a really nice job. I mean, there's definitely some aspects of his game that I know he's going to continue to get better at, and there's a pretty high ceiling. And that's usually the upside for a lot of those small school guys. Like there's a base, a foundation, but then there tends to be some upside. So hopefully his play will get better throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely. A big one coming up on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. So excited to watch that. Obviously, you know, North Dakota State is not quite Division III, so we'll make sure to shed the spotlight on some more of those small school D3, D2, and even FCS in the future. But Ali, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited I could rope you into this. Really excited to get more stories from you, from your playing days, and some more spotlights.
And I'm sure everyone will be excited to hear more about some of these D3 gyms that we'll be talking about here in the future on the show.
That's right. I can't wait to highlight them up.
That dog is excited too. I love it.
Get him, Bernie.
I love it.
Get Bernie on the podcast, man.
Bernie is pumped. I love it. Let's go.
Dr. Fax, I got to tell you, I got fucking YouTube TV. I got the multi-screen, which is an unbelievable thing that you kind of put me on early.
Multi-view.
Yeah. It's going to be absolutely fucking huge for week 4 of college football because there are some amazing games coming up, man. Just looking at the schedule for this week, I'm kind of torqued about it, man. We got number 15 Ole Miss versus, number 13 Alabama. We kind of already talked about them. They've been struggling. In the Big Ten, we got number 24 ranked Iowa against number 7 Penn State. Iowa's tight end Luke Lachey likely to miss the 2023 season with a right leg injury. That's a bummer. We talked about the Buffaloes a lot. Colorado ranked at number 19 versus number 10 Oregon, like I said.
Hammer the points, baby. Shador Sanders, let's go.
Oh, my God. We got a huge Colorado fan here. A couple other good games. Ohio State ranked number 6 against Notre Dame. That matchup hasn't occurred in a long time. That'll be a good one. Another good game looking forward to watching. UCLA ranked number 22 at Utah, ranked number 11. That'll be a good one. And we got number 14 ranked Oregon State at number 21 Washington State, who beat the Badgers a couple weeks ago. A lot of good games, man. A lot of shit to be excited about here.
YouTube, bravo, because I just can't imagine what this does for their streams overall, because that multi-view is probably just on fire. Them watching the views, because even with the NFL, we're not supposed to talk about NFL, but something like last night, 2 Monday night games where it doesn't happen all the time, starting an hour apart. Before, you're flipping channels, or you have to choose what you want to watch, and to have both of them right there, it is absolutely amazing. This college football weekend it's probably going to be distracting. It's so funny because I watch the games with my girl, and when I have the multi-view on, I'm just reacting to all these different things.
Bro,
and she's
I'm in the sports book in Vegas.
Right,
There's so much. I'm stimmed up, dude. I got four games on my big screen. I got my iPad set up with different game. I got multi-view on my laptop going on too. I feel like I'm plugged into the fucking Matrix, dude. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And speaking of sports books, we have to talk about our last week's parlay, which someone ruined betting with their heart.
God damn it, Foch.
Something you're not supposed to do. And so how did that go for your birthday? Because that was the excuse for my birthday. I'm going to bet Virginia. How did that go for
It's safe to say that I got my steps up during that game. I logged at least 1,000 steps pacing across our living room. I got a lot of people telling me to sit down, and I couldn't sit down. I was not happy. Not happy, Bob. Not happy.
Because Army, if I remember, I took Army plus 9.5, and they absolutely went to work. And then Beau had LSU plus 10, maybe? And they went to work. Man, we could have started off the Fax Parlay amazingly. But the best thing about this show, we're weekly, and we have another week. So my guy
live to gamble another day.
Exactly. My guy Forche, he can redeem himself. I hope he has a short pick because, guys, I don't want to give it away. I am going with a big long shot, but I want you guys to make your picks first.
All right, I'll lead us off. FnK Parlay, Beau, the Butter King. I got Ole Miss plus 6.5. Not impressed by Alabama. Should be a good game with Ole Miss and Bama. We'll see what happens with their quarterback situation. Long story short, I think Ole Miss plus 6.5 is good.
I'm going marquee matchup, Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame has had all this talk all season. I am still yet to be super impressed by the Gold Caps. So I'm going to take Ohio State minus 3.5.
Oh, and I am going with the upsets of all upsets. I'm going with Rutgers. We said it a few shows ago that I'm going to be following Rutgers closely this year, and this is the game, guys. Rutgers is a 24.5-point dog to number 2 Michigan, and I cannot see Greg Schiano losing a game by 25 points. So I am hammering the points. Let's go Rutgers. Let's go Rutgers. And depending how I feel in the next couple of days, that plus 1,100 is looking amazing. It's looking amazing. It is a game that I will be watching closely. Rutgers to cover the spread, 24.5 points.
Love it. Love the enthusiasm. Facts. Alrighty, what a show. We've talked about a lot of different sporting goods stuff. We've talked about a lot of different sports, a lot of dude stuff. You might be like, hey, Beau, what do we talk to our girl about this week? little bit of a different edition of shit to talk to your girl about this week. A little bit of a remix. Shit to not talk to your girl about. If you get a message from your girl that says, "How often do you think about the Roman Empire?" Do not reply. That's a trap. Don't fucking buy into that, all right? It's this fucking meme that's going around. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Trying to make fun of us for our interest in the Roman Empire. So do not talk to your girl about the Roman Empire. If she sends you that message, just fucking delete her number from your phone and block her ass. Don't talk to your girl about the Roman Empire, boys.
I think I'm getting too old because I looked this up and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think it's funny on a female like aspect, but I still don't get it. And maybe we need to start our own, like the men's, like something to combat it. Like just ask them something out of the blue, like crazy, and make it go viral.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Roman Empire is fucking great. Don't make fun of me for my interest in it. All right, it's cool. That's it. That's all there is to it.
The Roman fucking Empire. Holy smokes, yo. That is going to wrap it up for Fax the King. And I am going to take that at the end of the day and say, at the end of the day, it's easy to rank your kids when you only have one. Coy, you're number one. And we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on all social platforms, Fax the King. And we will see you guys next week.
Hell yeah, brother.
You're